Seymour to punt for Penn, and Deke Cooper awaits the kick. Instead, it's going to be taken back, and Beverly gets it. They thought about the option or the reverse to Cooper, but instead Beverly just turned his head and tried to go upfield. Penn did an excellent job of covering the punt. Nate Morritt in there to help make the tackle.
Yeah, that's the way you want to see it drawn up from special teams aspect, is that you got a great punt and you got some great hang time. That gives your coverage team enough time to get down the field and make something happen. Look at the coverage down there, just like a little picket fence. Just when he's starting to think about handing it off, he gets nailed. Great coverage, great execution by the punt team.
Deke Cooper on the first down carry. Takes it to the 30, picks up a couple of yards.
Scott Armour doing a good job from his defensive tackle position, number 88. That's what you need, is you got defensive linemen that can go ahead and take gaps and fill gaps. That's what he did on that last play, going in there and making the tackle, making the initial hit, and then letting his friends finish it up.
Look at Scott Armour, the defensive end, and there's the quarterback of Evansville North, Kareem Neighbors. 2nd and 8. Neighbors intercepted. Again, it's Goodman, his second kick of the game. And Barry, we talked about in our keys to the game tonight that Evansville North could not afford to turn the football over, and here they've got 2 early turnovers.
And we're thinking they're going to fumble the ball, but you see he just throws the ball up in the air, way too much air. You got to hum that baby in. You got to fire it like a fastball, and he doesn't do that. And you got the free safety sitting back there like the center fielder, doing a great job at reading that. And since the ball just hung there, did a great job of catching it at its highest point. Goodman does a good job of coming down with his second interception and second big play of this game.
29th interception of the season for Penn High School, and as Barry mentioned, the second of the night for Goodman, his 5th on the campaign. Penn taking over at the Evansville 21. Handoff up the middle. Carrying the football is Brian Moore.
Brian Moore's rushed for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. He doesn't get the ball that much, but when he does, he does a really good job of hitting that hole really quick. Did a great job by the offensive tackle, Cunningham, number 78, blocking down on the defensive end, 71, Jason DeBose, doing a good job there. And then Brian Moore just goes ahead and hits that hole quick.
Penn playing without their top running back, Scott Becker, who led the team in rushing this season, over 700 yards, had 11 rushing touchdowns. All-conference running back hurt his ankle in the Portage game a couple of weeks ago, and he's done for the season. Giesman on the rollout. Threw the pass for the running back out of the backfield, Brian Moore, but it's incomplete.
Giesman trying to use a rollout play-action pass. He gets on the perimeter, looking for the receiver down the field. He almost had it, just didn't come up with that, but that's what he likes to do. He likes to move around in the pocket, likes to be able to use the play-action pass to get on the perimeter and look for those receivers downfield, but Penn's doing a good job of picking up those receivers.
Big look at Bart Blaylock, number 74 of Evansville North, one of the guys up front that is trying to penetrate the offensive line of Penn. It's 3rd down and 6. Handoff to Josh Jordan, still on his feet, inside the 5. 1st down, Penn. The Penn Kingsmen won the last football state championship that was played outdoors. Now they're inside trying to win their first under the Teflon roof, and Josh Jordan is going to be one of those guys that's going to help get them there if they do.
Great blocking up front. The guard just takes that defensive tackle who's shooting the gap, just takes him out of the play, and then all of a sudden you see Jordan just running, spinning around, keeping his balance, even going backwards. Just he knows where the goal line is, and he's trying to get there. Great execution up front.
1st and goal for Penn. 3:41 to play, 1st quarter. Moore trying to turn the corner. Brought down, Michael Cooper. The cornerback coming up to make the stop. William Beverly in there as well.
Boy, that's tough duty right there. Beverly does a good job from your right of your screen. You see Brian Moore, number 30, just taking it to the outside. Now watch this. You see Beverly just come off of that block out there. That wide receiver's trying to make a block on him. He comes up and makes a great tackle.
Good stop by Beverly, and you see Moore trying to get to the corner, but Beverly just came up and corralled it.
That was good. That's one of those bulldog kind of tackles. You just lasso him and bring him down.
2nd and goal. Josh Jordan, touchdown. From the 5-yard line, Penn gets to the end zone on the Josh Jordan touchdown run.
Great trapping up front. It starts up front. Now watch these guys. They're blocking down right here. They're pulling the guard over. It blocks on the defensive tackle, and then it's up to the running back. Jordan just hits that quick trap in there, rolls it in for the score.
Nick Bayline comes out to kick the point after. Penalty flags down, movement on the Evansville North side of the football.
Vince, when you talk about football teams in championship games, it's creating opportunities and then converting them into points, and that's what you're seeing right here. Penn gets the pick, takes it down, and their offense takes over and puts it in the end zone. And I'm sure they'd like to complete it with an extra point here, but just a good job of converting a turnover into points.
Jason DeBose jumped off sides. Bayline will prepare to kick it again. Brad Boynton is the holder. The snap is perfect, the hold is good, and the kick is through the uprights. Penn strikes first, capitalizing on the turnover, and the Kingsmen lead the Huskies 7-0 on the Class 5A state championship contest.
This is the Synchrony STS seed and herbicide system. This is the Bean Machine.
The Browning Arms Company has been manufacturing the finest rifles, shotguns, and pistols for over 100 years. Now Browning Arms Company and Rayjo's Guns are proud to offer new Browning Pro Steel gun safes that offer complete peace of mind with uncompromising home safety and theft protection. Browning safes are available with optional fire protection in excess of 1,200 degrees for your firearms and valuables. Browning Firearms and Pro Steel gun safes are available at Rayjo's Guns, located at 2106 West Franklin Street in Evansville.
Whether dressing up for work or a night on the town, every man wants to look great. And the key to looking great is fashionable, quality clothing at a reasonable price. That's what you get at Paul's Menswear. From casual slacks and shirts to dress shirts and ties, Paul's Menswear has the style and size for you. Paul's carries a great selection of the latest Duckhead and Levi's Dockers. Waist sizes start at 26 inches. They can even help the young man in your family look like $1 million for just a few dollars. Friendly service and convenient parking, too. Paul's Menswear, 2225 West Franklin in Evansville.
Is deep to receive the punt, but instead it's a line drive punt right at Nick Barnes. Barnes fielded it, and that's where Evansville North will take over at the 26. Here's the Penn scoring drive, lasted 5 plays, covered 21 yards and 2:24 time of possession. Josh Jordan, the 5-yard touchdown run, his 8th of the season. Evansville North has turned it over twice here in the early stages, and we talked about in our open tonight, as Barry pointed out, Evansville cannot afford to turn the football over against this football team from Penn. Penn's defense very, very stingy up front. Bo Sands, the defensive tackle, there again to clog up the middle.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid, 6'2", 225 pounds. He gets in there and just disrupts that play. Good job of getting behind the line of scrimmage and making the play. Watch this. It's going to be left of the screen, 68. Boom, he hits the trapper. They're trying to trap him. He just takes the trapper, throws him away, grabs the running back, and finishes it off himself. Normally, he just wants to create a pile, but he just did everything.
Two wide receivers for quarterback Kareem Neighbors. The tight end set up on the left-hand side, and it's the option. Neighbors keeps it and now pitches late to Cooper. This is where Cooper's dangerous in the open field. Goodbye. Deep. Cooper. 73 yards for the touchdown, and the Huskies are on the board just like that.
Well, we told you it was an explosive type offense, the option. Watch Kareem Neighbors. He's the one who makes it happen, the quarterback. Watch him keep going down the line of scrimmage. Now watch, he's going to hold on it until the last second right here. Until everybody defensively is committed on him. He sells out, pitches the ball to Deke Cooper, and Cooper does the rest. Shows his speed.
The PAT is perfect. Fireworks at the RCA Dome. Evansville North ties the game. A minute 50 left in the first.
We got boats, we got boats at Ted's Aquamarine.
Ted's Aquamarine is your Mercury outboard dealer in Central Indiana's boating center with great selection and top brands from fishing boats to luxury cruisers, including family pontoons and deck boats, and over 300 units in stock like Moriah, Rinker, Astro, Sweetwater, Spectrum, Ranger, and more. Ted's has it all. More boats than allowed by law, and all are powered by Mercury Outboard. Save at Ted's Aquamarine, your #1 Mercury and Mercruiser dealer and boating center.
Whether dressing up for work or a night on the town, every man wants to look great. And the key to looking great is fashionable quality clothing at a reasonable price. That's what you get at Paul's Menswear. From casual slacks and shirts to dress shirts and ties, Paul's Menswear has the style and size for you. Paul's carries a great selection of the latest Duckhead and Levi's Dockers. Waist sizes start at 26 inches. They can even help the young man in your family look like $1 million for just a few dollars. Friendly service and convenient parking, too. Paul's Menswear, 2225 West Franklin in Evansville.
Rounders Pizza, the only full-service family-owned and operated pizzeria on the north side serving Evansville-style pizza. Rounders Pizza. Rounders Pizza, the only full-service family-owned and operated pizzeria on the north side serving Evansville-style pizza. Rounders Pizza.
Barry, you've got the telestrator out again, and this is a perfect play to use it. What a great effort by Kareem Neighbors, the quarterback.
And it's his ability to sell out right in here. He creates a situation where the defensive players just go ahead and sell out on him, and all of a sudden, at that last second after he's falling, he pitches it to Deke Cooper, and there you see the results right there, just taking it down the sideline. A lot of speed, and I'll tell you, if the option's executed like that all day, it's going to be a long day for Penn. They've got to be able to shut down that quarterback, and well, I'll tell you, great job by Neighbors, the quarterback, is selling out, and we've seen him do that a couple times.
Penn coach Chris Giesman says the speed of Evansville North is just absolutely scary. He saw it firsthand on the long touchdown run by Deke Cooper. The Husky fans are making some noise, supporting their team. There's the scoring drive. Didn't take long, 2 plays, 73 yards. Deke Cooper credited with a 75-yard touchdown run, and already Cooper is over 100 yards for the evening. And we've still got a minute 43 to play, first quarter. Giesman bringing the Kingsmen to the line of scrimmage. The drive starting at the 28. Carried across the 30 to the 31 by Brian Moore.
Penn likes to do a lot of cross-buck, a lot of misdirection back there. And against Carmel last week in the mud, it was very effective. They did a good job of just churning out some tough yardage inside there. But you see Evansville doing a good job of taking on the trapping plays at the point of attack and jamming it up in there and really holding Penn to only like 2 or 3 yards initially on that last play.
2nd and 7. Giesman looking to put it in the air. He has a man out of the flat. Pass just over the outstretched hands of Moore.
Well, he had to get rid of that. He had the pass rush, number 71, Jason DeVos, right? Watch him, number 71, coming upfield. You'll see him. Starts getting pressure. You can't hold the ball that long. He just gets nailed right after he throws the ball. Gets sandwiched a little bit, but you got to find the receiver on that play action pass like that and get rid of it quick, or else that pass rush will catch you.
Jason DeVos, number 71 in there, creating havoc. They're having some clock problems down on the field, and the officials are discussing it. There's 57 seconds to play here in the first quarter. The scoreboard has worked perfectly all day long, and then we get to the 5A game, and we have some problems. As you see, the board says nothing but zeros, and of course that is not the score. It might as well be, however. It's 7-7. 3rd down. Giesman will throw it again. Brought down. Nice defensive play as Evansville North gets in there. Andre Wright causing problems for the Kingsmen.
I'll tell you this, wait till Matt Giesman sees the film on this play, because right down the middle of the field, wide open, is number 22, Eric Lawson. Did a good job with the play action pass. He just doesn't see him down there. All he had to do was throw it up, but the opposite happened and the pass rush got him down. But boy, I'll tell you this, wait till he sees those films. He had a wide open man right down the middle of the field. It was an easy touchdown.
Get the punt away, and it's going to bounce down and be down at the 35-yard line, and Evansville North will take over 1st and 10. We've seen the explosiveness of the Huskies offense, and when Coach Giesman watched the tapes of the Evansville North Ben Davis game, he made the comment that they wish they were playing outside today to have the opportunity to possibly slow down Evansville North's speedy offensive unit with the elements. But this one is inside under the Teflon roof, and it's 72, and the ground is lightning quick, as we saw in the 75-yard touchdown run earlier by Deke Cooper. The first quarter has come to an end. We're all tied at 7 apiece. You're watching the Class 5A state championship game from the RCA Dome.
Marion College, the college that mentors. What does that mean for you? It means you're not just another face in the crowd. Marion's student-to-faculty ratio of 11-to-1 provides you with personal attention. Mentoring is Marion's heritage. Founded by the Sisters of St. Francis in 1851, Marion College exemplifies the Franciscan values of peace, justice, dignity of the individual, and concern for the environment in an ecumenical climate.
Discover what a mentoring education can do for you. Call Marion College today, 929-0321.
Get a jump on your holiday gift giving by hosting a Christmas Around the World party in our new showroom. When you host a party, you will receive free $50 or more in merchandise of your choice. Come see the large selection of unique nativity scenes, gifts of faith, and many fine collectibles at 2300 West Maryland Street. Call 422-2246 today to book your party. Catalog parties are welcome, so stop by for your catalog. Christmas Around the World. We travel the world for you.
This 1995 state championship football game is brought to you by your Indiana dairy farmer. Winners drink milk.
Following the chains of possession and the beginning of the second quarter, Evansville North has the football at their own 35. First play, second period, handoff up the middle to the fullback, Casey Sellers. Now, Barry, here is the replay of this wide open pass you were talking about. And Giesman, you said, we'll look at the films on this one, but he just really didn't have time. But look how wide open.
Right. Nobody even picks him up. And look at him. He's waving, but nobody sees him right down the middle. It would have been an easy touchdown, but the pass rush got to the quarterback. Look at him.
Yeah, Blossom knew he was wide open. They'll put that in the file and maybe come back to it later in the game. Neighbors spins inside the 40. Bob Lovell standing by on the Evansville North sideline. Bob?
Well, Vince, before the ball game, I talked to Coach Mike Wilson, Evansville North Huskies. Deke Cooper did not accompany the team on the way up from Evansville. He was spending some time with his mother, whom he hadn't seen in a number of years. And Mike was a little concerned about when he would arrive and how focused he'd be. But he said after knowing him as long as he's known him, he didn't have any reason to worry. And I think that's borne out on that tremendous touchdown run Deke Cooper just put on in the first quarter.
Thank you, Bob. Third down and 4 for Evansville North. Cooper carries, and he gets past the line of scrimmage, but gains only a yard, and it will bring up 4th down. The punt unit will come onto the field for the Huskies, and Penn will get the football back. Look at that young man, Deke Cooper. Very quiet, soft-spoken, polite young man, and was a wide receiver, but they converted him to tailback week 5 of the regular season, and boy, it's been a great move. He's over 1,000 yards rushing, over 100 yards tonight. The snap is high, fielded by Barnes. He's going to run the football very close to the first down, but I believe he's going to come up about a foot short. The snap was high. Barnes did a nice job to just haul it in, but he didn't have time to punt it.
That's right. If he would have just, watch this, he'll go up for it. He does a good job. He's got more time than he thinks he does. He could just reset and kick it, but no. He's like panicked, tried to do something with it, and he comes up short on a 4th down. So that's a big play for Penn, coming up, reacting, and keeping him short of the first down.
Doesn't go down as a turnover, but could play just as big a role in the game as, of course, the previous turnover led to Penn points.
Yeah, it's the field position. Look at what they're starting on right now, the 44-yard line, and with 9.5 minutes, that's a great position.
1st and 10 for the Kingsmen. Moore carries to the 40. Picks up 4, 2nd down and 6. We mentioned Penn being the last team to win the title outdoors, and that was, of course, their state championship in 1983 when they defeated the Washington Continentals. Coach Giesman's only state championship in 23 years as head coach at Penn. Of course, the Kingsmen with 83 straight regular season victories. What an awesome program Coach Giesman has built up north. Handoff again up the middle. Belted after a gain of a yard or 2, and Moore will walk back to the huddle after that big hit and ask maybe somebody to move that big defender out of the way next time they call that play.
Right, it's Joe Patterson, number 66. Watch him come down the line of scrimmage. He's a linebacker, does a good job at recognizing the trap. It's a quick trap up the middle where the guard blocks down and the other guard pulls around, and he just read it, filled it, and made the big hit.
3rd and 5 for Penn. The 39 of Evansville North. Josh Jordan is hit and stopped. Myron Rucker, the senior, first man to get a hand on Josh Jordan.
Great job by Rucker. Defensive end getting penetration, just coming across the line of scrimmage, finding the running back, cut back inside and getting his hands on his feet, slowing him down just enough for his other buddies catch up to him. There's a good look at Blaylock, good defensive end on the other side of the field, on the other side of the football. These guys are cornerstones. These guys are tough, and it's tough running inside there. And when you think about Penn's offense, they do a lot of damage in between the tackles.
4th down, 2.5 needed for the first. Penn goes for it early in the second. Moore. Very close to the first down. A good second effort. Might have reached the 34, which is where he needed to get to move the chains.
Now, when you think about this Penn football team, if it's right-handed or left-handed, it's surely right-handed. They got number 78, Mark Cunningham. He's the tackle, about 260-pound junior. And the guard's a big guy, too, number 77, Jamel Essa. Does a good job at 280 pounds. He comes off the ball and just crushes the defensive lineman there. Bart Blaylock gets to that movement off the line of scrimmage, and then the running back gets the first down.
Good look at Giesman directing the attack. Moore gets it again right up the gut. Not much running room. Evansville North's defensive front standing up.
Brian Schmidt, number 72. 6'3", 300 pounds, and also Bart Blaylock right there. There's a good look at the 300-pounder right there. He holds his ground really well. He recognizes, watch this, they're trying to run a trap. He recognizes it, goes across the face of the center, and then he has a little help from Bart Blaylock, and they just jam up that quick trap inside.
Good look at Brian Schmidt down in the trenches. 2nd and 10. Giesman throws out to Clausen, and Clausen hauls it in at the 30-yard line, gains 3 on the play.
Giesman's got to plan a little bit better than that. That's only a 2-step drop. Go ahead and set, go through your fundamentals, turn your shoulder, and then go ahead and follow through. He didn't do that. He just sort of threw it behind the receiver, and the receiver had to come back for the ball. And all of a sudden you got a loss of actually a couple yards, because you'd like to get more positive yards out of a quick pass like that.
And Giesman's a better thrower than that. He completes 60% of his passes through for over 1,200 yards. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. It's 3rd down. The passing situation here. Tough to pass when you have no time to even look downfield at your receivers. Excellent defensive play. Myron Rucker, number 63 for Evansville North.
That's right, 6 foot, 180-pound senior, doing it again. Watch him on the top of your screen. He gets penetration up over the offensive tackle. Then when he sees the quarterback goes back underneath him, hey, he just swings around the tackle and makes the play from behind. Watch him from the top of your screen. Now watch, he'll come back around. He causes enough problem where he takes the offensive tackle and actually pushes him back in the Giesman and trips him up and comes down with the play from behind the line of scrimmage.
4th and long for Penn from the 35 of Evansville North. Flags down, and that's unfortunate for Penn because Brad Boynton was wide open down the middle.
Yeah, but now you got number 1 out there running around out there, D. Cooper, and he beelined him, so he backed off.
Delay a game against Penn. Instead of 4th and 11, the Kingsmen are now looking at 4th and 16, and that's enough for Chris Giesman to send out the punt team.
Well, they had an opportunity, had some great field position, but when you're in 4th and long like that and you make a mistake, it's one of those situations where you just are sorry. Only 5 minutes left in the first half is you don't take advantage of that good field position.
Bill Seymour stands at the 46. He'll kick it from about the 50, and Deke Cooper is deep to receive it. They kick it the other way. The ball is loose on the turf. Does Penn have it? Yes, the Kingsmen do. William Beverly coughs it up. Penn recovers. The Kingsmen will have the football, 1st and goal when we return to the 5A championship game.
Mary
Is
College that mentors. What does that mean for you? It means you're not just another face in the crowd. Marion's student-to-faculty ratio of 11 to 1 provides you with personal attention. Mentoring is Marion's heritage. Founded by the Sisters of St. Francis in 1851, Marion College exemplifies the Franciscan values of peace, justice, dignity of the individual, and concern for the environment in an ecumenical climate.
Discover what a mentoring education can do for you. Call Marion College today, 929-0321.
Is there no end to the bills? Is Chapter 13 the only option, but you can't afford the legal fees? The problem with bankruptcy is that it costs money to file. And if you need to file bankruptcy, chances are you don't have extra money lying around. I'm Andrew Thomas, and I can help. I can file a standard Chapter 13 bankruptcy for you for no initial fee. How? Come in for a conference and I'll explain. Don't let mounting bills make you crazy. Come and see me and let's solve your problem.
If you have a family car, Cooper Tire's Lifeliner Classic is the touring radial. Perfect on hills and in valleys. Cooper's Lifeliner Classic is an all-season radial designed for all sorts of weather, like rain or snow. And Cooper's Lifeliner Classic has a 60,000-mile limited tread wear warranty.
Master Tire and Accessories, 905 West Columbia.
Evansville North has turned it over for the third time in 5 possessions, Barry. Let's take a look at that fumbled punt.
All right, here's Beverly, okay? He's the guy going to be fielded. Right here is the 10-yard line. This is a no-no. You never field the ball inside the 10-yard line because things can happen like this. You don't field it very well. You're thinking about the coverage team. You're not concentrating on coming down with the ball, and it's a big play for Penn, and it puts your team at a disadvantage.
Nice job by the Kingsman kick team, and there's Beverly, who doesn't want to see that one on the highlight reel, that's for sure. Penn inside the 10, first and goal. Game tied, 7 apiece, 4.5 minutes to play, first half. Josh Jordan carries it to the 2. Deke Cooper, one of the men there to make the play, along with Nathan Brooks.
Watch the blocking up front. Really good surge right off the bat, creates that off-tackle running lane. And Coop comes up now. He not only can run the ball offensively, but he plays that free safety position. Look at him stacked in the middle of the field. He's going to come up after this big, long gainer and put the wood to him. Boy, that's a good hit.
That's a great block up front, though, from Mark Cunningham, the right tackle of Penn, who opened up the hole for Jordan to run through. Giesman sees something in the Evansville defense he doesn't like, and he calls timeout.
You know, Cunningham, the offensive tackle, has a lot of responsibility. He's got to figure out whether the defensive end, Jason DeBose, is coming inside or outside. In that case, he went inside, so all he did was he took him down inside like that and created that off-tackle hole. You got the running back just looking and seeing that big old hole, just runs through it and gets some good yardage before getting hammered by Deke Cooper.
Here's a good look at Chris Giesman, and what an outstanding coaching career he's had at Penn High School. Just 39 losses in his 23 years there as head coach. And on the other sideline, Mike Wilson at Evansville North in his 7th season. Just 4 years ago, Evansville North didn't have a single win. We're talking about turning a program around and getting it going in the right direction. And here he is in the state championship playing for the gold ring. And I tell you, his club, if they wouldn't have turned the ball over in 3 of the last 5 possessions, they'd be in pretty good shape. But right now, Penn is knocking on the door to put more points on the board.
And Vince, when you talk about, there's a strong contrast to both of these offenses, where Penn is more of a fundamental football team up front. They do a lot of blocking, a lot of trap blocking, a lot of execution, whereas on the other side of the ball, Evansville does a lot of ad-libbing. You know, when you got a quarterback like Neighbors running the ball and just letting him do his thing, there's no telling. Once he gets out in space, to make a lot of things happen. So you got more of a disciplined offense with Penn, and then on the other side, Evansville, more of a ad-lib type of offense.
2nd and goal for the Kingsmen. Jordan carries, stopped just shy of the goal line. It will be 3rd and goal. Josh Jordan trying the right side one more time.
Yeah, and he's getting a double team right on the nose guard. You got Asa and also Bevis, number 54, just coming off the ball, taking the nose guard and trying to drive him off the ball. And when you got a double team like that, all you can do is, in Blaylock's position, if he's down there, he's just got to hit the deck and try to create a pile because they're going to try to drive him back in the back of the end zone.
3rd and a yard. Still did not get to the goal line. Evansville North's defense has held again. It will be 4th and goal.
Well, when you're down here, the game is down into the trenches. It's who wants it the most. It's leverage, it's also power, and it's also making something happen. It's whoever gets down lowest and drives underneath and gets the other guy out of the hole. So far, you see Evansville making a good stand right now. They're getting lower than that offensive line for Penn and creating a pile and cutting off any kind of running lanes inside.
4th and goal from the 1. And Giesman has called another timeout.
And Vince, I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to take it outside because it's tough going inside there with the defensive tackles and how well Evansville is jamming it up in there with Schmidt over 300 pounds, Blaylock 255, DeBose 230. They're doing a good job of jamming it up inside. I wouldn't be surprised to see them either go with the option to the outside or try to use some play action pass down there and sell that run and look for maybe the tight end or the receiver over in the corner.
Barry, from a defensive player's point of view, what's your mindset here when you're down at the 1 or 2 yard line for 3 or 4 plays in a row?
Well, it's tough because right now they're hammering you with the running game. I'm looking for the play action pass because they're figuring that the defense is thinking about, okay, we're going to try to only got 1 yard, might as well just go ahead and try to run it. But this is a great time for play action pass. I would be playing pass number 1 defensively and then play the run and try to react back to it. That's the way I used to do it, and it used to keep me out of trouble, man. I'd rather get burned on a run and play than getting burned in the corner. And there's been many a time where the tight end beat me to the corner because I was playing run first in situations like this. After 2 or 3 plays of running, sets up that play action pass.
4th and a foot for Penn. Josh Jordan. Touchdown. He didn't make it by much, but he crossed the plane, and that is what counts. It's another touchdown for Penn. The Kingsmen lead 13-7 with the PAT upcoming.
Well, from this angle, it sure didn't look like he got in there. It looked like Evansville got some good penetration, hit the legs before he could get up. Look at that pile right there. Doesn't look like he's made it over. Whoa, he rolls on over the pile, gets the ball over the plane. That's all you got to do is break the plane with the ball.
He certainly didn't make it on the first attempt, but maybe that second effort got him across the goal line. The PAT is good as Bayline kicks it through. The Evansville North fans don't like it as they saw the replay on the big screen here in the RCA Dome, but you don't see the officials change their mind very often, and here it is from up top.
Watch the right of your screen. He's going to hit the pile. Good job by Evansville stacking it up in here. Watch this. Right there. Boom. Now watch the second effort. He slides back to the backside. Right there, he's going to hit, get jammed up. Now he's going to slide and roll on over. The question is, did he hit before he rolled that ball over? And he might have touched that. Looking at that again, it looks like he might have been able to, he might have touched the ground and then rolled that arm over. But all you got to do is break the plane with that ball. And that's a tough call, but see, Evansville fans aren't too thrilled with that.
There is Deke Cooper, number 1, deep to receive this kickoff.
But again, you see Penn taking advantage of a turnover. Poor decision by William Beverly, number 24, of trying to handle a ball, a punt return inside the 10-yard line and coughing it up.
Evansville North has turned it over 3 times, and 2 of those 3 times, Penn has turned them into points. The Huskies have done it again. They have mishandled another kick, and Penn has got the football again inside the 20. Evansville North shooting themselves in the foot right now.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the game that Evansville can't do this, make turnovers like that. They're not handling the ball very well. Got poor judgment inside the 10-yard line on that punt return, and here again, special teams. Now watch, the ball is going to be touched, and it's rolling around, and doesn't look like anybody really wants it. Here, now pick it up, get it, nope, get it, nope, they don't do it, so the coverage team comes down and gets it. Big play for Penn.
Jim Dillman made the fumble recovery for Penn. The 4th turnover of the game for Evansville North. It's just my opinion, you can't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times against a team as good as Penn and expect to win the football game.
And worst about it is where you turn it over. Last one was what, on the 7-yard line? This one's on about the 20-something yard line, and Penn didn't get here by luck. They're a very good football team, and they're going to put it in the end zone.
Here's a statistic that should tell you something about Penn. Their giveaway takeaway number +39. That means they've taken away 39 more times than they've given away. That's how you get to the RCA dome. Josh Jordan on the middle of misdirection, and he gets it down inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. They'll mark it at the 17. Gain 2. It'll be 3rd and 8.
But you know, every time Evansville has put it on the ground, you got guys from Penn flying all over the place, and they're there. They're taking advantage of that ball on the ground. It's almost like it's a fumble drill, and they're saying, okay, the ball's going to be on the ground, you go get it, because Penn State's just all over those mistakes. And if they do like they did last time, they'll capitalize, put it in the end zone on the other turnover.
Giesman puts it in the air. Touchdown, Penn. Jocelyn Goodman, what a game he's had already. A couple of interceptions, and now the touchdown reception.
Now he's going to line up to the right of your screen. He's a slot man. He's just going right down the middle of the field, and nobody picks him up. Really good job of the quarterback, Giesman, of going ahead and holding the free safety, Cooper, so he can't really break on the ball that quick, and that's all it takes. Goodman does a good job at reading the defense, going right down the middle of the field, and Giesman sees him and executes a good pass for the touchdown.
Flags down on the point after attempt. Some movement along the Evansville North defensive front. So they'll line up again and prepare to kick the PAT. 1:07 left here in the first half. Evansville North. There's no one to blame but themselves when they go to the locker room. Just stand in front of the mirror and take a look. They have cost themselves. Flags down again as we await the point after kick. Again, it's against Evansville North. You can't get much closer to the goal line on these penalties. Yeah, you get close enough, you just line up and go for 2, right? While they talk it over, we're going to take a break. We'll return. Penn leading Evansville North 20-7 late second quarter.
Can I get some milk, please?
She got the last one.
Excuse me, I'll be right back, okay?
We need 2 specials. All right, let's not take half of the bag, huh? You become a sweet taste in my mouth. Ooh. And I know you're gonna. Oh, yeah.
Hi, sweet.
Got milk. Check, please.
If you're going to be the best, you've got to be committed to excellence.
And at Marsh, we've been making that commitment for over 60 years.
You got to work hard on all the fundamentals, because that's what's going to make you better.
And we're working to give you the highest quality and the best service at great values.
And when we've got the right players in the right positions, it means only one thing:
a winning tradition.
Marsh, an Indiana tradition.
Marsh will bring a smile to anyone's face, even mine.
Get a jump on your holiday gift giving by hosting a Christmas Around the World party in our new showroom. When you host a party, you will receive free $50 or more in merchandise of your choice. Come see the large selection of unique nativity scenes, gifts of faith, and many fine collectibles at 2300 West Maryland Street. Call 422-2246 today to book your party. Catalog parties are welcome, so stop by for your catalog. Christmas Around the World. We travel the world for you.
See the score, just 1:07 left before halftime, and Penn is awaiting the point after of their latest touchdown, following a couple of offside calls against Evansville North here on the attempted point after kick. Evansville turned it over its first 2 possessions, and they have turned it over their last 2 possessions. 4 turnovers for Evansville North, and Penn has capitalized. Just as we said, after a couple of offside calls, inched the ball closer to the goal line, Penn brings out the offensive unit again and will now go for 2. Josh Jordan on the short pitch. He gets there for the 2-point conversion. The Penn Kingsmen on top 22-7.
Penn's got a nice balanced attack. They attack the right side constantly behind those big offensive linemen, Cunningham and Asa, and all of a sudden now they go to the opposite side. Got an unbalanced line to the left side with that motion. And all Jordan does is follow the blockers and find the end zone.
Josh Jordan has a couple of touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. 34 yards rushing for the senior.
You know, with those kind of penalties, you got to think, you know, it's like, oh, you're going for the 2-point conversion. It only makes sense. I mean, if some of the frustrations from Evansville hopping off sides or lining up in the neutral zone, you say, okay, instead of kicking the single extra point, you just go say, okay, since we got field position, why not? Only got 1 yard. Why not just put it in there? So that's why you see Penn just take advantage of the 2-point conversion.
Barnes and Cooper deep. Cooper from the 4. Fumble. Evansville North covered this one. You talk about dodging disaster. If that one would have been recovered by Penn, the Kingsmen would have been looking to turn out the lights.
You see D. Cooper there holding on to his heart a little bit. He's got to hold on to that ball. Look at how that ball's swinging out there. You got a lot of bodies and arms swinging around there too, and you can't do that. You got to cover that ball up. Mostly on kickoff returns, you're thinking about high collision, high probability of a big hit down there, and you got to hold on to the ball.
Kareem Neighbors keeps it himself, burning the Penn blitz. The ball loose again, but again Evansville North covered it. Actually, they're going to rule Neighbors down, but William Beverly did eventually, I think, squeeze it between his knees. Big run for Kareem Neighbors, 22 on the carry, takes it out to the midfield stripe.
Well, Penn went after him with the blitz, and their inside linebackers took the guard tackle gaps, and all of a sudden it opened up the middle, and you see Neighbors just take advantage of it, takes it back down, and does it himself.
Neighbors keeps it again. Still on his feet, driven to the turf. Penn will hit you. John Kovach, the junior.
Watch him using a play action pass, and whoa, there's nowhere to go. Got some pressure. This is what I'm talking about, ad-libbing. This guy can make a lot of things happen, but not against a swarming defense. You got a lot of people flying around, and they all want you. It's unbelievable how someone with the ball can attract that many people. But they do. Penn's defense is playing well, and they're doing a good job of containing that option most of the time. And it's plays like that, and where you got a quarterback like Neighbors who's really exciting and can make a lot of big plays, and they're able to come up on plays like that and make the tackle for no gain.
So you look at the Penn defensive huddle. Remind you that IHSAA Commissioner Bob Gardner will join us at halftime and update us on the latest in the class basketball debate. I'll know that there's been a more hotly debated topic in high school athletics, maybe ever. Depending on who you talk to, there aren't any that ride the middle of the fence on that subject. But we'll get the words straight from the commissioner's mouth at halftime about any latest development in that regard. 2nd and 8. 20 seconds to play, first half. Neighbors looking to throw, flushed out of the pocket again. He's hit again. Bill Seymour, the senior defensive end, with the sack. Evansville North stops the clock with a timeout.
Well, Penn's just thinking, okay, we're just going to get a lot of pressure on him. They came with the inside blitz. This is from the outside. Look at the top of your screen. He's under a lot of heat there, and he doesn't have enough time to even look down the field. He's just running for his life. But good job by the Penn defense of not just laying back before halftime, going after him with the blitz, trying to make some things happen, trying to get Neighbors on the ground, and came with the inside blitz, that time with the outside blitz, and it's a good chance they might come with a blitz on this play too there, Vince.
The Penn defenders, known as the Wild Bunch, they've lived up to that nickname tonight, and Evansville North's offense will attest to that. Penn's defense seems to have been everywhere so far this evening. Of course, Jocelyn Goodman with a couple of interceptions. That man, Bill Seymour, has been a factor inside. Just a good, solid football team from Penn. Evansville has the same, but they've been careless tonight, turning it over 4 times here in the first half. Neighbors putting it up for Deke Cooper. He's got it. Cooper hauls it down at the 18. Just 5 seconds left on the clock.
What a great play by Cooper. Neighbors goes ahead and puts some air underneath it and lets Cooper run underneath it, but just prior to him catching the ball, Cooper pushes off, gets a little displacement from the corner, and opens it up, and he comes down with the catch. See Neighbors taking a hit, but just before that, he displaced with a little push off that corner. That was just enough for him to come down with the catch, and he gets 1 foot in.
30-yard gain, and Cooper barely got his foot down. This should be the last play of the half. Just 5 seconds left. Neighbors to the end zone. Cooper, incomplete. So the half has ended in an exciting fashion. As Kareem Neighbors goes up top trying to get Deke Cooper for the late touchdown. 22-14 here at the intermission, and there's Cooper trying to make that grab.
Number 33, Goodman, does a good job at the free safety position of watching where the ball is and reacting and getting his hand on it and breaking it up.
Kevin McGrath stands by on the field with the leading coach, Chris Giesman.
All right, Coach Giesman, 3 turnovers, 3 touchdowns.
Well, that's what we've done all year. That's the way it's got to happen for us. We're a big play team, as you saw. The only way we can combat that is that we have to have our defense make some big plays, and they had 3 takeaways.
And that's exactly what you've got done, is put the ball in the end zone, make them pay for the turnover.
That's what we've done all year, and that's what we got to continue to do, because they can score from anywhere on the field in 1 play.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And Chris Giesman going to the locker room, and he's got to be doing so with a smile on his face. His team leads 22-7 at halftime of the 5A state championship.
is the Synchrony STS seed and herbicide system. This is the Bean Machine.
So you don't want a new car, but you do want a good used car, then go to Fairway Auto, where you'll always get a fair deal on a quality used vehicle. At Fairway, you'll get a fair deal on everything from trucks and cars to mid-sized vehicles. And when you drive away from Fairway Auto, you can be certain you've received a well-maintained automobile from a salesman who knows it's the quality and price of the car that sells, not the salesman. Come into Fairway Auto today, where you can buy, sell, or trade, and you'll get the best for your money. Now under new ownership at 801 North Fairs.
Looking for something different? Well, nobody's got more stuff than Grandpa. Grandpa Swap Shop at 1901 Stringtown Road specializes in the buying and selling of collectibles, antiques, furniture, and games for the kiddies. Grandpa has a huge selection of collectible decanters, and he's practically giving them away at half price. People love to take a trip to Grandpa's. He's got practically everything you could want, and if you don't have it, he'll get it. So come see Grandpa at Grandpa Swap Shop, 1901 Stringtown Road, and remember, nobody's got more stuff than Grandpa.
Welcome back. Halftime at the RCA Dome, the 5A state championship game. The Penn Kingsmen on top of the Huskies of Evansville North, 22-7. Standing by field level, Bob Lovell with the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bob Gardner.
Thanks, Vince. Bob, you have to be especially proud of your staff and these young men and the coaches for putting on another great show here in the Dome in the finals of IHSAA football.
Well, Bob, we really are. We've had a great 2 days here, some outstanding football, and it's a tribute to all those people and all of the member schools who work real hard in our football program to bring it about in the culmination of this great state finals.
Been great crowds. I know you're enthused about that, and it's, I think, all been well-played ball games, certainly not the way some schools would like them to end up, but all in all, great fun for everybody involved.
Well, I told them on Monday when we had our meetings for all the schools in the state finals that despite what the pollsters might say, we have number 1 against number 2 in every category, really. And that's what it's going to be. Somebody's going to get the state championship trophy. And unfortunately, everybody can't win, but we've had great ball games, and all the young men have played hard and conducted themselves as true sportsmen, and that's what it's all about.
The inevitable question that I have to ask you, the status of class sports tournaments, specifically class basketball, obviously one of the most emotional issues to hit the IHSAA maybe since its inception. If you can, give us the status, a report on where we are on the entire issue right now.
Well, the class sports study continues, Bob. The next thing that's going to be taking place is we're going to take a count, an official enrollment count this year, even though that wouldn't be the enrollment that a classification system would be based on. But we think that might help our member schools, and so we'll be doing that over the next couple months, and then we'll compile that. We will not be putting them in sectionals, obviously, but we'll be giving them a breakdown as to where they would fall in classes. Our boards ask us to look at it from the standpoint of 3 classes and 4 classes, so we'll be studying that. The other thing that I want to mention is at the end of the month of January, we're going to be going out and doing a series of student forums. There'll be 15 meetings around the state where schools will have a chance to send student athletes from their respective team sports. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of the system and hear what our young people think about it.
Bob, does it bother you that in certain circles there seem to be misinformation and a lack of information that the public has about this entire issue?
Well, you know, you want the right information to get out, and unfortunately sometimes people send things out on their own that aren't in any way connected with the IHSAA, and the media pick it up, and you know, as one of the writers told me, it makes for interesting reading, but it's not accurate, and unfortunately people sometimes get misled by that. But we're going to continue the process and go through it, and hopefully we'll be ready for a vote in April.
Now, when you come to April in the board of directors meeting, there are possibilities of the issue being tabled, the issue being voted upon, scaled back, or what have you. If you can, give people a better explanation of what they might expect on this April 29th Board of Directors meeting.
Well, the proposal will be put to the Board of Directors, and as you say, they have several options. They could pass it in its entirety, they could amend it, they could defeat it, or they could table it. And so, you know, it'll be something that'll be very interesting, I think, for all the fans across the state to see what happens. And obviously, you know, our member schools are going to get a lot of time to study it and have a lot of input. We've had some meetings and straw polls, but straw polls don't count. It's
right.
that vote in April that's all important.
For the people out there, the general public who feel like they have some say or should have some say in this issue, what's the response that you and the IHSA have for them?
Well, we're very interested in what the public thinks about it. Obviously, they help support the great programs of our high schools, and that's the avenue they have. Communication with their own member school, with their principals and athletic directors to make their wishes known, and that's who really holds the key here in the balance on this important issue.
When you look at the success of the football championship, and I know that's been an impetus for maybe examining this issue, but in some circles it's hard to argue with the emotion and the intensity and all the benefits that class football has brought to the sport of football around the state.
Well, we've been very proud of the football program, the growth of it. We've had a lot of schools participate over the years. This year, 5 of our 10 schools were here for the first time. And every time that happens, we get a lot more people who are sold on the idea of class, and I think that's one of the things that's been a real impetus behind the movement to extend it to all sports.
Bob, because of the emotion involved in basketball, as we all know in Indiana, one of the issues I think that's lost on people with the multi-class sport tournament situation is that this is something for team sports other than just basketball.
That's exactly right, and we've got great interest by the volleyball coaches, the baseball coaches, the soccer, the softball, all the other team sports that are involved, and that's certainly a part of it. It's not just a basketball issue.
It's been a great fall for you in the IHSA. You've had tremendous tournament action. You've records broken as you do every year. In some circles, I'd say that the IHSA is stronger than it ever has been at this point.
Well, we'd certainly like to think so, and we're real pleased with all of our fall programs, and we just look for them to continue to grow. And of course, when we finish today, we're already in the winter sports program, so it goes right on.
It's an exciting time. I appreciate you taking time to be with us. And I know that the issue certainly is far from being resolved, but I know with the hard work and diligence of you and your staff and all the individuals involved, it'll be one that everyone can accept and move on and make the best for the kids and the coaches who are involved in it. Our thanks to you, Bob, and best wishes for a continued successful tournament.
Thank you, Bob.
Back to you, Vince.
Thanks very much, Bob Lovell, and the commissioner of the IHSA, Bob Gardner. We're at halftime of the Class 5A state championship game. 22-7, Penn leading Evansville North. We'll return to the RCA Dome in just a moment.
Tom, can I make a suggestion?
You're fired!
Welcome to eternity.
Rivers flow, love. Heaven. Yeah. No. Wait a minute. Where am I?
Got milk?
But I've got some competitors that you'll never see on TV or hear on radio, but their primary practice is through word of mouth, and it's because they're darn good lawyers. We've got a bar that I feel, by and large, is very honest, has a lot of integrity, works hard, does a lot for the community that doesn't get reported. The lawyer bashing maybe is a lot more pertinent in some parts of the country, but not in Evansville, and not in the tri-state.
Robert John and Associates. No recovery, no fee.
Are you or someone you know experiencing problems with their hair due to surgery, radiation treatments, chemotherapy, alopecia, burns, or male-female pattern baldness? There's help for those that are self-conscious about their hair loss. Lou Robichaud in the Hair Replacement Clinic offers a revolutionary new service called cranial hair prosthesis. It helps damaged scalp look like this. And best of all, with assistance from insurance, cranial hair prosthesis costs a fraction of what you might guess. Change your look, change your life with cranial hair prosthesis and the Hair Replacement Clinic.
22-7, Penn leading the Huskies of Evansville North here at halftime of the 5A championship game. The big reason Penn is out in front by 15 points, 4 Evansville North turnovers. Welcome back to the RCA Dome. Vince Welch along with Barry Krause. This is the last of the 5 state championships to be decided. And let's take a look back at how the other 4 have panned out over the weekend. And we begin with the 1A game, Tri-West and Carroll. Tri-West with the football. Jeremiah Couch to Chris Volz for the touchdown. And Tri-West, the most local of all the schools, at least in relevance to Indianapolis, trying to get the state championship. And just before halftime, the Bruins of Tri-West blocked the field goal attempt by Carroll. Ryan Ross picks it up for the Bruins. Looks as though he could maybe put it in the end zone, but is finally brought down just before the half. Carroll just did an outstanding job, not only offensively, but defensively. There's the interception of the Brian Couch pass, and then they give it to the big fullback, Frank Vega. Vega ran for 145 yards yesterday for the Carroll Cougars. He scored 3 touchdowns, and there's not much that the old Bruins of Tri-West could do. Carroll taking care of business with the 26-13 Class A state championship trophy. They beat the Bruins of Tri-West, doubling up the score 26-13. In the 2A game, it's Bremen in the white uniforms against North Montgomery. Here's Chad Leeper. Look at the touchdown run. He just shakes the defenders and scoots on into the end zone. North Montgomery would come right back on the touchdown pass. Jason Gwynn will be on the receiving end of it. And Barry, this was an exciting football game.
Yeah, it was plays like this. In the back of the end zone, that ball was caught on the back side of that football. Just a great fingertip catch.
Good pass as well. Bremen comes right back on the pass. It's a touchdown toss. Corey Hunt, look, this is a nice catch and run.
Great balance.
He catches the ball. It's going to be a 5-yard gain, and he takes it in.
That's right. Great balance, and he just takes it back inside, tight ropes it all the way down in the end zone.
It looked like Bremen was set up to defend its title as Class 2A state champs, but then North Montgomery's Jason McCormick took the ensuing kickoff and returned it the distance. After this touchdown, Northmont still trailed, but the momentum was clearly in their favor. They would tack on another touchdown, and Northmont would come from behind to beat Bremen. Final score in the Class 2A state championship game, 20-17. Ending the hopes of Coach Marty Huber of a repeat title for Bremen. Now in the 3A championship game earlier today here at the RCA Dome, South Bend St. Joe and White against Jasper. First quarter, the quarterback, Blair Kyle, keeps it himself and takes it 60 yards for a touchdown. What a game for Blair Kyle today.
Had a great game, and he did. The best part about it is he ad-libbed when he had to. Right there, he just takes it inside that corner and finds the end zone.
Now here's just before half, Matt Mock will toss it up. It's a long pass play, but with just 1 second to go and no timeouts remaining, Jasper was unable to put it in the end zone. And then Sean Waite scampers up the gut for a touchdown, brought Frank Amato to tears. His South Bend St. Joe Indians winners in fine fashion over the Jasper Wildcats, 28-0 in the Class 3A championship. It was followed up by the 4A title game, Franklin County against Fort Wayne. Franklin County and White. Here's quarterback Wes Gilman, and this was the turning point of the game, Barry, in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was. It was the play of the game because not only did he lose the ball, but Franklin County lost their quarterback on that play.
Gilman went down with a knee injury, and then, look, you can't throw it out of the end zone and just throw it up for grabs. Pass was intercepted, and Fort Wayne was in position to put it in the end zone. The quarterback did just that. Darnell Lovett on the short keeper. The defense would deliver again. This time it's Lovett from his cornerback spot. He picks it off and takes it 50 yards for the touchdown. 3 TDs on the day for Darnell Lovett. Also a touchdown and over 100 yards for Cuevas Tate, the outstanding senior running back for Fort Wayne. And the Generals from Fort Wayne take a 28-8 championship decision in Class 4A football. So congratulations to the 4 state champions. At least to this point, we have 1 game left to be settled. The Penn Kingsmen and the Huskies of Evansville North. Penn on top at halftime.
As time goes by, many things come and go in each of our lives. But year after year, you'll enjoy the warmth and comfort of your Trane high-efficiency natural gas furnace with a unique 15-year warranty. You can rest assured that as life changes around you, your Trane natural gas furnace will always be there. Purchase any Trane high-efficiency gas furnace, your best heating value, and Trane will include this 15-year parts and labor warranty at no extra charge. Call Lehman's Heating and Cooling today. Remember, it's hard to stop a Trane.
So, you were feeling a little stuffed after Thanksgiving dinner. Well, at Expressway Dodge, we are seriously overstuffed with the largest inventory in our history, 7 acres of vehicles. They must be sold, so we're knocking the stuffing out of prices. 96 Stratus, $12,990 with air, rear defrost, AM/FM stereo cassette, tilt steering, speed control, dual airbags, and more from $12,990 with lease payments as low as $199 per month. Don't wait. The dealer that guarantees lowest price is seriously overstuffed. Expressway Dodge. No nonsense.
This 1995 state championship football game is brought to you by your Indiana Dairy Farmer. Winners drink milk.
Getting ready for third quarter action at the RCA Dome. Evansville North and Penn at halftime, and Bob Lovell standing by with Evansville coach Mike Wilson. Bob?
Mike, obviously you go in with 4 turnovers, but you know you can't go in and say stop turning the ball over. What'd you say to your kids at halftime?
We're the better team. There's no question we're the better team, and we'll end up okay. We'll be fine. We're going to score. All we got to do is score first and get the momentum going back our way. There's no question in my mind the better team is going to win this ball game. We'll come out okay.
You got to make a real quick start here, and you got to make a statement at the beginning of this third quarter.
I agree, but you saw how fast we can score. We'll be okay. We just get everything they've got so far. We get them down at our end of the field. I want to see them go the whole distance of the field. We're going to try to do a little bit better job with field position.
Thanks, Mike. Best of luck. Back to you, Vince.
All right, Bob, and Mike Wilson there saying he knows which is the better team, and that would be his team in his particular opinion. But the first half statistics, well, they bear out what he says. Penn has all the smaller numbers until you come to the score.
Yeah, look at the yardage too, 178 yards to only 61, but look at the time of possession. Penn's got 15 minutes. And the difference is, look at those turnovers. You can't have that many turnovers and expect to win games, mostly all in the first half.
Especially when you come to state tournament time. You can't turn it over 4 times in the first half and expect to be in very good position. Evansville North is not. Kareem Neighbors, the quarterback, you see him in the center of your screen, gathering his Husky teammates, and this is the way it all developed for Fort Wayne North, or excuse me, for Penn, as far as the defense and the offense is concerned. Goodman with one of his 2 interceptions, and Coach Chris Giesman says this may be the best secondary Penn has ever had. They take the interception, they turn it into points offensively. Josh Jordan busting it up the gut.
Take that quick trap inside, good execution. He finds the end zone for the score.
Evansville North would come right back, and watch the option. Kareem Neighbors keeps it to the very last second and then pitches it to Deke Cooper, and Cooper took it the rest of the way for the touchdown run, 75 yards, and that's just the explosiveness that we know he's capable of. But then it all falls apart for North. They fumble a punt inside the 10 when really they should have just let it bounce to begin with. It turns into a Penn touchdown. So the Kingsmen do just what they're supposed to do. Josh Jordan taking it in across the goal line. The Kingsmen capitalize on the Evansville North miscue. On the ensuing kick, look what happens again. Penn can't find the handle. Or excuse me, Evansville North can't find the handle, and Penn jumps in, recovers the football. Number 31, Jim Dillman with the recovery, and boom, Chris Giesman says, hey, Matt, my son Matt, throw a strike for me, will you? And he does just that, the touchdown pass, and that is where we stand after the 2-point conversion, 22-7, Penn leading Evansville North. And what makes it even more difficult for the Huskies of North, they now have to kick here to start the second half, so Penn will get the football right back. Fielding it, Ricky Siri at the 13 and is brought down at the 17. Nick Barnes making the stop for the Huskies. So Penn will take over on the initial possession here in the third quarter. It's the final 12 minutes of high school football this season. The Kingsmen, the final 24 minutes, and the Penn Kingsmen have a 15-point lead. The pitch to Brian Moore. To the 20 and no further. He gains 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Now it's up to this Evansville football team defensively is really to take it to Penn, try to create some turnovers, start tackling the ball, make some things happen. They can't sit back because right now Penn's in the driver's seat. They got the momentum. They've got the lead. And all they got to do is run out the clock right now. It's like control the clock and just keep the ball. Don't make any mistakes. Evansville has to get aggressive here defensively. Got to get some penetration. Got to get some big hits and make Penn cough the ball up.
Giesman to throw. Up top. Clausen wide open. Inside the Evansville 35.
We talked about that play in the first half, Vince. You even alluded to the fact that you might see it the second half. He was wide open down the middle of the field in the first half, and boy, do they go back to it quick. Second play out, they just go ahead and nail it, and there he is, wide open down the middle. He beats the corner. Safety's not even there. Now watch him, number 22, Eric Blosson, just taking it down inside. Corner's got the outside. There's no safety to help him out. Wide open, and the ball is right on target. Matt Giesman puts a nice ball up in there, and nice catchable ball, and you see a big play on the part of Penn.
Giesman threw a strike, and Clausen hauled it in just like he was supposed to. This time, Josh Jordan carries it up the gut. Gains a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
A lot of times you don't think that everyone sees that, but you know the coaching staff sees those open players and they say, okay, it's open, and hopefully the second half we'll be able to put it back up. Hopefully it's against the same type of defense where it's going to be favorable for the offense, and there it was. Big play coming out of the chute, and this could hurt Evansville right here. Opening drive, taking it down and possibly scoring.
Brian Moore handles it this time on the handoff from Giesman. Moore is stacked up at the 30. Nice play, William Beverly coming up from his cornerback slot to make the hit. Matt Giesman, the quarterback for Penn. He's had an outstanding game today. He's really done a nice job directing the team, but it certainly helps when you have excellent field position given to you by your opponent's miscues. But he has not bitten off more than he could chew from a quarterback spot. He's thrown the passes that have been available to him. 3 of 6 for 67 yards and a touchdown through the air for Giesman, and he'll throw it again. Lofts it for Boynton. It's caught. Very nice touch on that pass from Giesman. He led Boynton perfectly to the sideline.
Giesman showed a lot of patience on that play. Play action pass. There's a lot of guys flying around. Look at this. See it fake the run. Now he gets out there. Now he waits, buys himself a little bit more time. By that time, you see the receiver get himself open. He displaces. The corner goes up on the shorter route, and there's the deeper route. Good job of coming down, putting his foot in bounds, getting a reception.
Ball marked at the 18. 1st and 10 for Penn. The Kingsmen lead 22-7. Josh Jordan to the 15.
Boy, all of a sudden you see this Penn offense just explode. Normally more of a conservative type offense, just putting it up right out of the chute, coming out the second half and saying, hey, we're going to go back to that one play. That turns out to be a big play for Eric Blosson, and then they go back to Blosson on the play action pass again. So Penn coming out with a lot of passing plays right out of the chute on the opening drive of the second half.
2nd and 7. Josh Jordan again on the pitch. Takes it inside the 15. Deke Cooper in there to help make the stop. And here's the look at the replay.
It's a nice little pitch there. Josh Jordan just goes ahead and runs into that free safety. Cooper will lay the wood to you. He comes up pretty well and fills up the holes, but he's got to make more plays than that. I know he's not feeling too good. excited because he's got a better football team than what is showing right now. So you can see him trying to make some big plays.
Giesman looking to throw. The middle's wide open, so he'll tuck it and run. Took a big hit, but he held on to the football. David Branch issued the shoulder pads to Giesman, but Giesman pops back up, and the Penn fans show their appreciation.
Well, I'm impressed with Giesman right now. Got a shotgun there. He looks to his right. Nothing's there, so he just takes it down. Pass rush goes all around him, and he just takes it down and takes on the defensive lineman, David Branch, one-on-one, and gets the first down, wins that little war.
Giesman was 12 years old. He stood on the sideline and watched as his dad's Penn team lost to Carmel in the '89 state championship. He stood on the sideline and he watched his dad's Penn team lose to Ben Davis in the '91 state championship. He wanted to correct it today. He doesn't want to be watching while the team loses another one. He wants to take action and put Penn on the wall of champions of the IHSAA offices.
Evansville right now is just taking their safety. Cooper, watch Cooper to left of your screen, number 1. He's just coming up. He's not even playing any pass. Comes up, makes the hit himself. Good tackle. He's a good football player. Fundamentally, he can come up and support that run really well, but you know, when you're doing stuff like that, you're susceptible to the pass.
Second down. Handoff up the middle, touchdown. Josh Jordan gets there again.
Josh Jordan couldn't get there if it wasn't for his offensive line. They did it last week against Carmel. They're doing it again. Look at the trapping up front, number 70. Sessa coming up field, making the block on the tackle and opening up the hole, and Jordan just follows that. It's a quick trap. You got to hit it quick, and that's what Jordan does, and ends up in the end zone. Just well executed offensive play from the offensive line.
Bayline in to kick the PAT, and again Evansville North jumps off sides. This is the third time that Evansville North has been off sides on a PAT attempt.
Boy, they execute well. Watch this. Good trap right there. And Jordan just doesn't give anybody a chance because he hits the trap hole so quick, nobody can fill.
I've been really impressed with the guys up front for Penn. They have really won the battle up in the trenches. The snap is good, the hold, and the kick. It hit the upright. No good. Penn has put 6 more on the board, however, and the Kingsmen lead 28-7. 6:09 to play in the third of the 5A state championship from the RCA Dome.
Marion College, the college that mentors. What does that mean for you? It means you're not just another face in the crowd. Marion's student-to-faculty ratio of 11:1 provides you with personal attention. Mentoring is Marion's heritage. Founded by the Sisters of St. Francis in 1851, Marion College exemplifies the Franciscan values of peace, justice, dignity of the individual, and concern for the environment in an ecumenical climate.
Discover what a mentoring education can do for you. Call Marion College today, 929-0321.
Pierre Funeral Home is proud to be a sponsor of athletics in the Evansville area. They wish all Evansville area athletes the best of luck in their athletic and academic endeavors. The caring staff of Pierre Funeral Home would like to remind you that they are a full-service funeral home. Pierre Funeral Home specializes in providing complete at-need and pre-planning services to assist you in your time of need. Pierre Funeral Home, serving your needs and supporting Evansville area athletes for over 40 years.
Rabin Tire makes having your car serviced as easy as it can be. No matter where you are, there's a Rabin nearby. We open bright and early at 7 a.m., even on Saturdays. And when you leave your car or truck with us, we'll be glad to give you a ride to your next stop. Now, it just doesn't get much easier than that. Rabin Tire.
Here's the touchdown. Josh Jordan getting it quickly up the middle, Barry.
Watch that guard right there. The right guard pulls over, and he just breaks it. He hits the hole so quick that the guy trying to tackle him can't even get his arms wrapped around him.
Then here's the PAT. Just wasn't quite placed on the tee in the center of the block. I think it was right on the edge and caused Bayline to miss the ball a little bit, and he bounced it off the uprights. The kickoff fielded by Evansville North's Tom Bailey, and he carries the football out to the 43-yard line, and that is where Evansville North will take over. Actually, that was fielded by 21, not 81, and that's Michael Cooper.
It'll be interesting to see how Evansville handles this, because Penn came out and they made a statement on that opening series, taking it all the way down the field and scoring and putting it on them. And if Evansville was even thinking of having a chance in the second half, it seemed like it might take something out of them. So it'll be interesting to see how well they handle that.
Handoff up the middle to Casey Sellers, and we haven't seen Sellers get many opportunities to carry the football tonight. Kareem Neighbors asking the crowd to get on its feet a little bit, and the Evansville North faithful obliges.
Just a straight dive off the tackle. If it wasn't for him tripping, he probably would have got a little bit more yardage, but good job. They need to start and get a nice series here, try to get back in this game.
2nd and 4. Again, Sellers bangs up the gut, picks up a couple of yards. It'll be a yard shy of the first down. Sellers almost loses the ball on this one. Look at that. At least he carries it with 2 hands going through the middle. He's seen the result if you try the one-hand method. Sellers again, first down. And now Evansville North kind of getting back to what got him here.
Trying to get that intensity back up, that emotion that they had last week against Penn Davis. They were up, made a couple mistakes, but able to handle it, get back on track, and that's what they're trying to do right now, is get back on track after making a couple mistakes, and they've got to answer to that opening drive against Penn.
Kareem Neighbors keeping it himself, but getting nowhere. Defensively, John Kovac for Penn there to make the stop, the linebacker.
Boy, that was just a good play for the linebacker. Watch him to the right of your screen, number 56, Kovac. Right there, he gets penetration, beats the crack back, gets his hands on his jerseys, and watch this now. Right there, he beats the block. See the crack back? Couldn't get to him quick enough because he went upfield, and that's the way you beat a crack back block. Get penetration like that and get your hands on the quarterback.
2nd and long. Neighbors looking to throw the football. He's got a man. William Beverly. First down, Evansville. Beverly grabs it and is drug out of bounds at the 28. 20-yard pickup for the Huskies.
Great play by Neighbors because he's a right-handed quarterback. He's rolling to his left. He's got to try to square up on the play action. Now watch this. He's going to come back. Okay, this was the play where he got caught from behind. Big play for Penn. Now you're going to see, you were going to see how he rolls out, throws a pass, and completes it.
Here's the first down carry by Deke Cooper. Cooper has stood up and gang tackled. Penn's wild bunch swarming defense.
Well, we talked about this defense playing the best defense it has all year. It has to swarm this option, take away the inside run in the game, then take them to the perimeter, force the quarterback to pitch the ball, and then have somebody out there on the pitch man. That's what you're seeing right now. Just good defense all the way across the board, all the cutback lanes, and also on the perimeter.
Deke Cooper to the 26. Will bring up 3rd and 8.
You know, that's just a bunch of guys out there believing in themselves and believing in each other. And, you know, that relationship over the last couple of years is really starting to show because they trust each other, trust that you're going to do, each one of you are going to do your responsibility, do your job. And that's what's happening right now. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's working. It's a great example of teamwork.
Under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd. Kareem Neighbors keeps it takes it to the 25. He gains a yard, but is still 6 shy of the first down.
Well, Evansville can hurt you with a big play. Anytime one of these guys gets loose, can be so devastating. But right now you're seeing good penetration by Penn. You got people on people and making tackles and not letting guys like Kareem Neighbors get any kind of momentum or any kind of momentum even with Deke Cooper. So just holding these guys from getting any kind of momentum.
On 4th down, Neighbors in trouble. Loose ball. Penn has it. Penn was going to take over on downs anyway, but it's going to go as another turnover as Neighbors fumbles and Kovacs recovers.
He just had nowhere to go. He was getting swarmed from all angles. He's trying to make something happen. You're going to see him move out to our right. He's got 2 blockers out in front, but watch Penn. They're all over him. They contain him, and now just at the end, he's trying to throw the ball. It's intercepted. Why? Because Penn defensive players are all over it. They just they contain the option, contain Neighbors, and this is the result. Turnover again.
Excellent hit by Mike McBride, number 65 of Penn, to force the fumble. Kovacs recovered, and now the Kingsmen have the ball on the offensive side. First play goes for no gain. Brian Moore carrying it. It'll be 2nd and 10 as you see the final 90 seconds here of the 3rd quarter. Kareem Neighbors on the sidelines, and been a very disappointing day for Evansville North. Their offense really hasn't had much of a chance because of a couple of special teams miscues that have put them behind the 8 ball. Penn has taken advantage of every Evansville mistake and capitalized. The Kingsmen trying to do it again here in the 3rd. Brian Moore. William Beverly up to make the hit from his cornerback spot. It will be 3rd and 7 facing the Kingsmen. Boy, there's a good look at that defensive front and a good look at Chris Giesman, the head coach at Penn High School. He's been around long enough to know you can't sit on a 22-7 halftime lead. And this defensive alignment for Evansville North has been on the football field a long time today. 3rd and 7 for the Kingsmen. Under a half minute to play in the 3rd. Giesman looking to throw the football. Puts it up for Boynton. He catches it, but out of bounds. Boynton did a nice job of hauling it in, but he was about 1.5 feet off the sideline.
Giesman had the shorter route, and that would have been enough for the first down, but he decides to float one up there, and that was end over end. Good job of Clausen coming down with the ball, but he was out of bounds.
Giesman took a pretty good hit after that throw as well. Matt Giesman, 4 of 8 for 79 yards. Also has a touchdown pass. Bill Seymour deep to punt for Penn. Beverly and Deke Cooper to receive for Evansville North. A good kick by Seymour. Cooper takes it at the 34. Looking to cut it upfield. He gets it to the 42, and then he's brought down. The Huskies will have the football, 1st and 10, and there's just 1 tick of the clock that remains here in the 3rd quarter. So we'll have 1 more play in the 3rd period. Evansville North in desperate need of some big plays from the offense. We will not have another play. They signal the ball in play, and the final second ticks off. 12 minutes, all that remains of the high school football season, and we'll bring you the 4th and final quarter when we return to the RCA Dome.
This is the Synchrony STS seed and herbicide system. This is the Bean Machine.
There's a great place for barbecue on the west side of town, right on top of the hill, Mark's Barbecue. For over 40 years, Mark's Barbecue has used their very own recipes for their homemade soups, fresh salads, and pies. They'll even barbecue your wild game. Mark's Barbecue has daily specials, everything from a covered dish to a feast. Give Mom a break and the rest of the family a treat. Mark's Barbecue. Eat in or carry out. 3119 West Maryland, 425-1616.
This 1995 state championship football game is brought to you by DuPont Synchrony STS, the Bean Machine.
We're back for the fourth quarter, the fourth and final period of the IHSAA Class 5A state championship game. Evansville North and Penn. The Kingsmen of Penn leading 28-7 as we get the fourth quarter underway. First down for the Huskies from their own 42. Wide receiver screen to Beverly. Beverly got turned the wrong direction. He was turned around and almost ran the other way. Well, that could have been disastrous.
That is called losing your bearings out there, man. All of a sudden, he was good. Right there, he gets spun around here. Now watch this. He thinks he's going the other way. he gets lost there, going to the given ground instead of going the positive yardage. So a lot of people, a lot of bodies flying around there. He just sort of got disoriented there.
There have been some crazy happenings here at the RCA Dome this afternoon. Nice screen set up to Deke Cooper. Cooper's got running room. Upended. The ball squirted free, but Cooper is going to be ruled down on contact. The Penn fans voicing their displeasure. But it's going to be a first down for Evansville North, and here's another look at it.
Neighbors going ahead and taking a nice drop. He's selling that pass, and there's Cooper just waiting for it. Does a great job. Watch this tackle. Boom. Nails him in the knee, and I know that hurt. He's upended, comes down, slams the ball, but the ground cannot cause a fumble.
Nice tackle and hit from Bayline. First and 10. Neighbors airing it out for William Beverly. He's got it. Beverly hauls it in at the 6. Neighbors threw a strike. Big play. 45 yards on the reception.
Well, I know that makes him feel good, not only for that reception, but it almost sort of makes up for that muff punt that he had earlier in the second quarters. Does a good job at just a fly pattern. Both receivers here, you're going to see the slot, and also you're going to see the split end just taking it down the field, and you see Beverly right there to the inside. Does a good job making the adjustment, looking for the ball, and coming down in a crowd with the reception.
The handoff to the fullback Sellers, and he is greeted by a wall of black defenders.
You know, when you think about a football game like this where a team's down 21 points, you're going to need some big plays. Well, there's no team that I wouldn't think of other than the Evansville to make the big plays. They got the big play makers. It's just coming up and doing it. So if you're thinking about turning off the TV, there's still a lot of excitement knowing that this Evansville team can put some sparks on the board.
Evansville can definitely put 21 points on the board in a quarter. There's no question about that. Penalty flags down as Kareem Neighbors was corralled, but the officials are going to have something to say about it here. They're going to get together and confer. It's been an exciting day of football here at the RCA Dome. South Bend St. Joe won the 3A game, blanking Jasper 28-0. The 4A contest was an exciting one as well. Franklin County and Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne taking home the championship trophy. And then here in the 5A game, Penn out in front 28-7 over the Huskies of Evansville North. So the northern teams looking for the sweep here this afternoon. Illegal motion against Evansville North is declined. Will be 3rd down for the Huskies. 3rd and goal. Kareem Neighbors, 6 of 9, 111 yards passing. He'll pitch to Deke Cooper. Looking for some room outside. He's not going to get it. Nice defensive play. Ricky Seri from the corner. That is not an easy tackle, one-on-one with Deke Cooper.
No,
Seri did a nice job.
No, it is a good open field tackle right there. Coming upfield, staying under control, and making the play. When Deke Cooper tries to bounce it back outside, he gets hold of that jersey, comes down with the play. That's what I'm talking about. This defense just played so well all the way across the board. When he's tried to get to the perimeter, they shut it down just like that for no gain.
This quite possibly could be one of the plays of the game right here. 4th down. Neighbors has got to throw it. All kind of pressure. Lofts it up into the end zone. Incomplete. Penn's defense has held. And the Kingsman coaching staff on the sideline jubilant, greeting their defenders as they come off the field, because the staff knows what a defensive stand that was.
Good defense all day against the run. Good defense against the pass. Watch the pressure on Neighbors. He's got to throw it up. That's what he does, trying to make something happen. Floats it up there and just doesn't get it done.
Penn will get the football back with 8:45 to play in the 4th. The Kingsmen up by 21.
We got boats, we got boats at Ted's Aquamarine.
Ted's Aquamarine is your Mercury outboard dealer in Central Indiana's boating center with great selection and top brands, from fishing boats to luxury cruisers, including family pontoons and deck boats, and over 300 units in stock, like Moriah, Rinker, Astro, Sweetwater, Spectrum, Ranger, and more. Ted's has it all. More boats than allowed by law, and all are powered by Mercury Outboard. Save at Ted's Aquamarine, your #1 Mercury and Merc Cruiser dealer and boating center.
What do I want? The ability to take
control of my life. The right to choose. The best lifestyle for a healthier life. The best health care for a longer
life. The best path for a happier life.
I want a plan, a system for living, giving me
all the options I need to live my life to its fullest.
Deaconess Healthcare System. Caring for life.
There's a notion going around that in business today, the only thing that matters is price. We think service is equally important. James Will Insurance. Writing property and casualty insurance for your business is only a part of what our business is all about. James Will Insurance.
And final period of the 5A state championship game. 8:45 remains in the contest. Vince Welch and Barry Krause with you from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, where the Penn Kingsmen trying to make it a Northern Indiana sweep for the day. South Bend St. Joe won the 3A contest. Fort Wayne took the 4A title game, and now Penn leads the Huskies of Evansville North 28-7. Kingsmen starting at their own 15. Some misdirection on the handoff to Brian Moore. The ball is loose. Penn has it. Touchdown, or excuse me, Evansville North's William Beverly. Penn coughs it up, their first turnover of the game, and Evansville North capitalizes quickly.
That's what they need right now, is some big plays like that, and it takes defensive players coming up and tackling the ball going through the ball carrier. You're going to see it to your right of your screen. Misdirection. Watch him come over and get nailed right here. Boom, right there. Nails the boom, right there it is. Ball's out. Great job by Beverly of picking it up and running it into the end zone. He's redeeming himself pretty well now. He made a big catch on that as a slot position, coming down with a big play, and now he's come up with another one, resulting in a touchdown.
You saw Jason DeBose on the ground for Evansville North. Injured. The PAT is wide left. It's costly. 28-13. Now the score. The PAT misses to the left.
Boy, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take defensive effort like that instead of just making the tackle. You tackle the ball, knock the ball out of there, and good things will happen for you. And right now, Evansville has about 8.5 minutes. They still got a chance to make some things happen. Right here, you're going to see them make something happen. Great job at tackling the ball. Bingo. Ball's out. It's on the ground. Beverly picks it up, runs it in.
Deke Cooper made the hit to jar the ball loose.
You know, he's been throwing his body around, making some big hits. There's probably one of the biggest ones he's ever made. Watch him come up. Boom, there he is with the shoulder. Good tackle, good form tackle, and good results.
The ball bounced right up into the hands of Beverly. He scooted in 14 yards for the touchdown. So Evansville North now trying to turn the turnover table on Penn. North turned it over 4 times in the first half. It directly led to 3 Penn touchdowns. Huskies coach Mike Wilson told us at halftime, he said, if we can just play our game, quit turning the ball over, we feel confident in our chances. Of course, at the time, we thought, well, it's easy to say. You got to go out there and do it. And now the Huskies are at least putting forth a little more positive effort in producing the results. And you see they are lined up for the onside kick. So the Huskies are going to go after this football. Penn knows it's coming. We're just waiting for the officials to signal the clock to start and play to begin. Here it comes. The ball recovered. Fielding it is Brad Boynton, the tight end for Penn. He's a man with good hands, a receiver, catches the football a lot. Nice man to have up on the front line when you're expecting an onside kick.
Well, it was a good kick by the kicker. That's what you want to do, is try to ideally try to get the ball end over end. Initially it bounces a couple times, then it takes a nice hop, but it started bouncing. We'll take another look at it. He kicks it and it starts right there tumbling, and you're hoping for that big hop, but just a good heads-up play by the number 17 Boynton of coming up with that play, just going after the ball and coming up with it covered.
Ball marked at the 49-yard line of Penn, and Josh Jordan takes it across the 50 to the 49 of Evansville. Clock is running, and it's now at the 8-minute mark. The Huskies of Evansville North going to try to create another turnover here and get the football back. On the other side, Penn just wants to run a little clock. Second and 9 for Giesman and the Kingsmen. Clausen in motion, the pitch to Josh Jordan. And Jordan is racked up. The ball is loose. Evansville has it.
Big playmakers make big play. Again, Cooper coming in and causing the second fumble with his hard-hitting, aggressive style from the free safety position. He's going to lay the wood again. Now you're going to see him come into the picture to the left of your screen. Look for number 1. Here he comes from the boom. There's the hit. Gets the ball out of there again. Another big play for Cooper. Well, I'll tell you this, he's making some great hits. Right there, he's tackling through the ball, and that's what Evansville needs. Needs plays like that, going through, creating opportunities, and now it's up to the offense to get something done.
And instead, it's the Penn defense that steps up and delivers. The junior defensive tackle, Bo Sands, with the sack.
Well, he's had some great plays in this game, and he does a great job of getting penetration on that play-action pass. Watch him, number 68. He just goes through the gap there. Meanwhile, Neighbors never sees him. And I don't think any of the blockers or the backs see him. Don't even pick him up. So a big play for Penn's defense and another big play for Sands.
Loss of 6. It's 2nd and 16 for the Huskies. Neighbors again. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man open. Pass intended for Brian Bennett, the senior tight end. He was there, but he just couldn't haul it in. Nice throw from Neighbors.
Bennett got himself in pretty good position, and Neighbors was running for his life. Watch the pressure from the right side. They got a blitz on. He does a great job at avoiding a tackler, throws the ball up, gives it some air, lets the receiver run underneath it, and it's right there. Boy, if he would have laid out, he possibly could have come up with the catch. Boy, you can see Neighbors right there saying, doggone it, only a fingertip away.
3rd now for Evansville North. The blitz is on. Neighbors nowhere to go. Neighbors showing some of the frustration. It'll now be 4th and long for the Huskies.
This Penn defense has risen to the occasion many a time today, and they just did it again. Coming with the blitz. Watch the right side of your screen. Here they come with the blitz. The linebacker coming up in the middle, and all of a sudden Neighbors has to take it back down, and he stumbles trying to get out of there. But a lot of pressure. That's been the difference in this game. This defense for Penn has just done a great job at shutting down these big playmakers like Neighbors and Cooper.
You saw Neighbors' numbers, but it has been a disappointing day for Evansville North. The Huskies will take a timeout. 5:44 to play in the 4th. Penn on top of Evansville North by 15.
If you're going to be the best, you've got to be committed to excellence.
And at Marsh, we've been making that commitment for over 60 years.
You got to work hard on all the fundamentals, because that's what's going to make you better.
And we're working to give you the highest quality and the best service at great values.
And when we've got the right players in the right positions, it means only one thing.
A winning tradition.
Marsh, an Indiana tradition.
Marsh will bring a smile to anyone's face, even mine.
At Cartown, we have what you want. We've been serving the tri-state for 11 years with the finest selection of used cars around. From luxury, sporty, to practical transportation, we have what you need. Financing is available for everyone, even if your credit is less than perfect. Come down today to check out these selections. There's a 30-day warranty on every vehicle sold here at Cartown, and we also offer extended warranties up to 3 years. At Cartown, we sell the cars you want at a price you can afford.
Back for the final 5:44 of the 4th quarter. Decision-making time for Evansville here, Barry, with under 6 minutes to go in the game, facing a 4th and about 20 to go for the first down, but running out of time.
So what would you do?
I think I go for it right here.
I'd go for the punt. I'd try to bury him back in there and hope Cooper can come up, or one of the defensive players come up with another big play. At least you're getting the ball downfield.
Triple receivers to the left.
This right here, I mean, you're selling out. If you don't make it, you're in trouble.
They're not going to make it. Nice play from the middle linebacker, Nate Morat. Played on the '94 state champion baseball team, and he wants to add a football ring to his collection. That play right there maybe solidified it.
Well, you can't say Evansville has not had the opportunity to look at that blitz right there. Nobody even picks up the linebacker, Moret. He comes scot-free. Good job by the defensive tackle of going back in, taking the guard inside. Watch that. Number 55, he's taking the guard right out of the way. Leaves it open for the blitzing linebacker, but a missed opportunity by Evansville. You know, they had the turnover by Cooper, got the ball in good field position, but Penn's defense stiffened, got some pressure on Neighbors, and you see just another missed opportunity.
From the 29, the handoff inside. Chuck Hardy carries the football. Excuse me, from the 25, I should say, and he carries it down to the 22-yard line, picks up 3. 2nd and 7. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. You see Mike Wilson, the head coach of the Huskies of Evansville North. And all the confidence in the world in his club coming into this ball game. You can understand why Evansville has put up some big numbers and some huge wins this season, but Penn has done so also. Giesman hands it off to Jordan, and Jordan is belted immediately. Brian Schmidt leading the welcoming party.
And that guy can put a hurting on you, 300 pounds. He gets moving one way, you sure the heck. It's like running into a brick wall. Watch this. Boom. That's not fair. It's too bad it's so late, but good penetration. Good job by Schmidt right there. It's a good-looking guy. It's just too bad because this Evansville football team has put on a great show. Good football team, just not making the plays. And you look at that side right there. They've just done a great job at staying with the fundamentals and making things happen, taking advantage of the opportunities. And when you got Evansville coughing up the ball 5 different times, a lot of mental mistakes, ball on the ground, interceptions. Hey, this is a good football team, and they'll take advantage of it.
When you looked at the two huddles, you really weren't sure which team was in front. Coach Chris Giesman was giving his club an earful, and then you looked on the sideline of Evansville North, and they seemed to be a lot more calm. But Giesman wants to make sure his team finishes strong here in the final 4:27. Because you better believe Evansville North is going to bring it here in the last 4.5 minutes. With the state title on the line. (28-13). Penn leading the Huskies of Evansville North. Late stages of the 4th quarter. Hardy carries again to the 21. Hardy, a sophomore running back, getting some quality minutes here in the state championship game. It's been a well-attended 2 days here at the RCA Dome for the Class A and 2A games yesterday. Over 15,000, and then tonight, better than 25,000 here at the RCA Dome. Total attendance for the 2 days, 40,705. The fans are to be commended. A lot of distance traveled to get to the state championship this year for these teams. Giesman to the end zone. Touchdown, Clausen. Eric Clausen. .22-yard touchdown.
Boy, nice play fake. They needed the first down there. They used the play action pass. See Giesman get on the perimeter and just find a wide open receiver down the field. Clausen, now watch this. He's looking, all of a sudden he sees Clausen just standing in the back of the end zone wide open.
He didn't have much room in the tail end of the end zone, but he did just get that 1 foot down. Here's the PAT, the snap, the place, and the kick. All perfect. And Penn hasn't been far from it today. The Kingsmen now out in front, 35-13.
Boy, just when you're thinking this offense is just thinking, okay, we just got to get a first down, keep the clock running. That's the whole idea behind keeping it like a conservative game plan, keeping it on the ground. They go ahead and run a nice bootleg and execute it where a receiver comes wide open. Watch this. Going to roll to his left, buys him a little time. What it does is it gets Cooper biting on the shorter route. You only got one safety back in the back of the end zone and 2 receivers, and that's what happens. Clausen finds the open area and just stands there, and that's one of those things where you're just hoping that the ball comes to you quick enough because the safety's coming over to blow you out.
Clausen had 2 touchdowns in last week's win over Carmel. It's a touchdown reception tonight. The Penn Kingsmen 3 minutes and 36 seconds away from the school's 2nd football state championship. The kick on the ground. Cooper picks it up, looks for some running room, is tripped up. The kicker, Nick Bayline, with the tackle. And Deke Cooper is down on his knees. Did he get injured on that play?
Well, if you're questioning whether there's some adrenaline on the Penn sideline, when you got a kicker going down there making the initial tackle like that, that's a big play. He's pumped up after kicking the ball. He takes off and goes down there and makes a great open field tackle on a great running back in open field.
Penn's offense over there on the sideline, gathering around the offensive coordinator in case it has to come back up.
Watch him come in there, boy. I'll tell you, tripping him up, just hitting his legs. And
just a hard fall on the fuzzy concrete they call AstroTurf. Neighbors keeps it. A little shake and bake. Out to the 30. Good for the first down.
The what? The fuzzy what?
Fuzzy concrete. Isn't that what AstroTurf is? Basically, just it's concrete painted green. If you've never been on AstroTurf, I think you'd be surprised by 2 things. Number 1, how hard it is, and number 2, how sticky it is. And when your foot plants, that's why you see so many injuries. It's so sticky that when your foot plants, sometimes it doesn't want to move. It stays there while your knee and everything else goes a different direction. Neighbors out of the pocket and on the run. Out to the 37.
I know when they first put this AstroTurf in here in the RCA Dome, it was the Hoosier Dome. We could not wear shoes with any kind of nipples on the bottom of it, more like outside AstroTurf, worn AstroTurf, because this was so sticky, like you said. It was so abrasive. You had to use a basketball shoe.
Neighbors is going to put this one up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Nice job by Tom Bailey. Well, it turned into a defender that time because that pass was about to be intercepted. Looked like a mix-up between the quarterback, Neighbors, and the wideout, Bailey.
Good job by Bailey. Like you said, all of a sudden he comes from a receiver to the defensive player and also gives that shove there and just making sure that the defender's not going to come down with the interception. Good heads-up play by Bailey.
3rd down, 3 to go for the first. But Evansville North shouldn't be concerned with first downs. They need touchdowns. Neighbors scrambling again, throws the ball, but penalty flags are down. That should be an intentional grounding, but I believe the flag comes down ahead of time, and holding will go against Evansville North.
I don't know if that was a predetermined play where he was just going to go ahead and use a quarterback draw because he had enough time. He didn't look like he had any pressure on him initially, and he just took it down after about 7 steps back, and then took it back up the field, just ran right into the pass rush and for a loss.
Look at the replay again.
There he is. Now watch, he just takes it back upfield instead of just setting back there, and that's what happens. And then he tries to toss the ball there at the end and try. Just nothing's working for Evansville right now.
We saw the official signal the holding call, and this officiating crew from Frankfurt here in this 5A game, and we should tip our cap to all the officiating crews that we've seen here this afternoon, and the 2 that worked the games yesterday afternoon. Both have done a great job. Both days the officials have done a great job. Deke Cooper, they faked the reverse. He wanted to throw the football, but just as you said, Barry, nothing is working for Evansville. Penn is all over the Evansville playbook tonight.
Number 40, Siri, did a good job. He's the corner on the one side where they had a wide receiver going up the field. They faked the reverse. Cooper keeps the ball himself, trying to look for that big play down the field, but a good job by Siri, number 40, of staying on the receiver. There's a good look at him. He did a good job at staying on the receiver as he did a fly route. They were hoping that he'd bite on that running play, come up and try to support it, and instead he stayed on the wide receiver, and there was no place to throw the ball.
4th and 20 for Evansville North. The screen pass is batted down. And with 1:21 to play, Penn's offense will take over inside the 20 of Evansville North. And it's all just a formality at this point.
Well, this has been the story all day. A lot of pressure on Neighbors. Look at this. Trying to set up a screen. He just doesn't throw it high enough. And the inside linebacker, Nate Moret, gets his hands up in the air and blocks down the pass. And now it's that was 4th down, and now Penn takes over.
Giesman, I'm guessing, will just take a knee here with 1:21 to play and get that clock rolling. Let the final seconds tick off. He does take the knee, and the clock starts. Penn has been runner-up twice, and now Coach Giesman's Kingsmen have been state champions twice. You see the jubilant smile, and there's a nice scene, father and son. It's not easy coaching your son, I'm guessing, and I'm sure it's not easy being the son playing for your dad, but, well, the rewards are sometimes so great. Second string quarterback into the game now for Penn. That's Kevin Nicolini. He takes a knee, and there's some of the celebration for Giesman on the sideline. As we said, he stood on the sideline as a youngster in grade school and watched his dad's team lose 2 state championship games, in '89 to Carmel and in '91 to Ben Davis. As a player, he's taken advantage of his one shot inside the dome. Nicolini takes the knee for the final time. The celebration is on. A wet celebration for Chris Giesman. The Penn Kingsmen, 5A state champs. The final score. The Kingsmen of Penn take care of the Huskies of Evansville North. It's North's first trip to the state finals. You never forget a trip to the state championship game, but I'm sure Mike Wilson and his Evansville Huskies know they did not put forth their best performance tonight. The celebration continues. We'll return to the RCA Dome, where Penn has captured its second state football championship.
This is the Synchrony STS seed and herbicide system. This is the Bean Machine.
We got boats, we got boats at Ted's Aquamarine.
Ted's Aquamarine is your Mercury outboard dealer in Central Indiana's boating center with great selection and top brands, from fishing boats to luxury cruisers, including family pontoons and deck boats, and over 300 units in stock, like Moriah, Rinker, Astro, Sweetwater, Spectrum, Ranger, and more. Ted's has it all. More boats than allowed by law, and all are powered by Mercury Outboard. Save at Ted's Aquamarine, your #1 Mercury and Merc Cruiser dealer and boating center.
RCA Home Theater.
with SRS sound is now 50% brighter. With a sharper, clearer picture. Better picture, better sound. Better get out of the way.
Available at Barnes TV in Evansville.
This 1995 state championship football game has been brought to you by DuPont Synchrony STS, the Bean Machine.
Coach, you wrap up a perfect 14-0 season with a near-perfect state championship game.
Well, I'll tell you, the first half was like we've been doing it all year. Just wait for the defense to get us a turnover and we score. We did that 3 times. The second half, I thought we were trying to make it a turnabout. We had 2 straight turnovers. That's not us. We don't play that style of ball.
Your defense was putting so much more pressure in the second half on Kareem Neighbors, made it awful difficult for him to just do anything back there.
Well, we 2 platoon, and they don't, and I think our kids are a little fresher at the end.
So it was just a case of you guys wearing them down, a Penn trait the whole season?
Well, yeah, I hope so. I'm going to tell you what, Evansville North is one of the most talented and spirited teams we've played against. All credit goes to them, too. We knew that if they made mistakes, we had a chance. If they didn't make mistakes, it could be a long, hard-fought game, and they made some mistakes early that cost them.
It's got to be especially special with your son quarterbacking you to a state championship.
Well, it really was. My oldest son had the chance to score a touchdown against Ben Davis in that debacle in '91, but he was there and had some success. I was afraid my younger one wouldn't have the chance, but now he's quarterbacked the state champion team. I'm awfully proud of both of them.
Congratulations, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right,
Coach
Vince,
Chris
back upstairs.
Giesman. Thank you, Kevin. Nice job, Coach Chris Giesman. And there you look at the Phil Eskew Mental Attitude Award winners for Class A. James Hanlon from Tri-West, Jason Gwynn from North Montgomery, Greg Schnarr from Jasper in 3A, and Wes Gilman in the 4A from Franklin County. The 5A Phil Eskew Mental Attitude Award winner will go to Penn quarterback Matt Giesman, the senior who led the Kingsmen to a perfect 14-0 record and the school's 2nd state championship. And of course, he made his dad very, very proud on this day at the RCA Dome. And Barry, that's a beautiful scene, the celebration that so many high school teams make that as their goal to begin off the season.
Boy, and the way to end it just like that, just being over there with the crowd, all the family, all the people that have supported you through the years, and all coming to an end like that, and just a lot of hard work, and that's the way you want to end it, with the championship, being champions.
We'd like to thank Kevin McGrath and Bob Lovell, our sideline reporters, and of course Barry Krause up here in the booth. I'm Vince Welch. A very special thanks to all those behind the scenes today that have made a long day at the RCA Dome a very enjoyable one. And thanks for tuning in to the Class 5A State Championship, where the Kingsmen from Penn High School have defeated the Huskies of Evansville North 35-13. From the RCA Dome, good night.
Weekends, but still 2 great years, 2 great seasons. We're going to